Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
One more insight which I always, I believe strongly is that you are the CEO of your own career from day one. Yet you decide what you want to do, and it's always about the choices you make, and it doesn't always happen to you. You choose things, and then those things happen to you.
All right, welcome to yet another episode of Conversations Cafe Online. A fresh episode for a fresh season and a fresh guest for you from ABG as well. Someone who has been conferred the ET Young Leaders Award in 2015 and has been a part of the world of ABG for over 5 years now. Graduating from IIM Indore in 2016, Ishan joined ABG from campus and currently is the AVP Digital Marketing and Analytics at Aditya Birla Capital. We will talk more about his journey today and try to understand how he made it to the place that he is in currently. Welcome, Ishan, and thanks for joining us.
Hi, Paul. It's a pleasure.
Right, Ishan. Let me take you back a little bit. You were an electrical engineer with an experience of working at Coal India. From working at Coal India, you did an about turn. It's safe to say, and you pursued MBA from IIM Indore. Tell us about this shift. Why did you decide that you don't want to continue working with Coal India and wanted a management degree instead?
When I was working in Coal India Limited, it was all about the very grassroots level of work. I'm actually working in the field, actually making things happen. The entire machinery, the man, and the manpower, the entire materials, right? So all these things, the 3 M's, which we basically talk about in manufacturing. So while I was working there, a good span of 3 years, I really understood, that how the entire operations at a field level actually work. And it continuously kept clicking on to me that if such kind of impact can be made at a grassroots level, that why not you get into a middle management or a leadership position, and the scale and size of the impact which you can create at the grassroots can be even higher. So that was a trigger for me, Paul, in terms of thinking about doing an MBA.
How did you decide that you want to be part of ABG? Did they come on campus? Did you like working alongside them, and then you made the decision, or you just made this decision basis the conglomerate that ABG is?
ETYL was that way which actually bridged this entire thing, because ABG didn't come to our campus, So the leadership program is restricted to maybe 6 or 7 of the campuses in India. So that was the entire reason. So this route was then open, and I could work on it.
Right. And then how was the initial, time at ABG like? You were working as part of the chairman cell in your early days. What were your learnings like, provided you got to work on creating an entire chain and provide solutions at an early age, so to say?
It was a very thrilling experience. So the first mail which I got, about, I get an opportunity to work with the cell. It was a perfect, starting point for me. And in being a part of that cell, Paul, I then got that amount of confidence that, I can now cut across the entire, I can talk to the entire leadership. I can work with different stakeholders. I can become industry agnostic. That platform was something for me where I could learn what change management is, what a cultural shift is like about, and how can you actually unlock true potential of your existing ecosystems.
Ishan, you then moved on to working with Aditya Cellular as a leadership associate. It was a completely different kind of a role that you had taken up back then. What were some of the challenges that you faced at this point in time when you were working with this particular company, and how did you overcome those?
So, Paul, I think the most important thing which was there across the stints was you have to continuously unlearn and relearn things. So, I always had to park my baggage, whatever I've learned in the last 4-5 months, and, just park it somewhere and start afresh, because the industry continuously changes. The levers will change. The dynamics are going to change drastically. And from a stint in chairman cell, now getting into a telecom sector, which was a such a fast-paced industry, right? And volumes were high. The problem statements were of a different kind and level altogether. So my posting was in the CEO's office, who's basically a CEO of a circle, you can put it that way. The problem statement was, how can I get hold and get understanding of how my distributors are performing and how their DSCs are performing, both in the qualitative and quantitative aspect. So the moment I was told about this problem statement, I was like, how do I do it? I went to the sales side. I asked for a car that, with which I can just travel across Maharashtra. So that was the incident. And then the questions were that, what is it that you're going to do? So I said that I'll really need to reach the last mile. I really need to sit on the back, on the bike of the distributor sales executive who actually goes to those pandelas and, the small stores to actually sell SIM. And I did it for at least 6 to 7 districts, Paul. So I think that was one question which, the sales head asked. And the point was, he was more than happy that we were actually wanting to go beyond the comfort zone, and we were ready to push our limits. And with that kind of support, in a span of 2 months time, Paul, I think so I created a free system via which the qualitative and quantitative parameters could be captured. We got a view of how people are performing across Maharashtra and Goa circle, and what are the improvement areas, can we shift them, the career path, everything. So I think that problem statement was cracked. And I also got an offer to work in Idea after that.
Right. And that is where, my next question was, Ishan, I mean, this shift, you decided that you want to get into brand development and consumer insights next. What made you decide this way? Why did you want to go there? And was this a planned move on your part?
My entire point was, if I get into that kind of cell, then I get a better understanding about the entire group, and more so the agenda and the point which was being driven by CIBD was very much in line with what I wanted to do. If you remember, I mentioned in Collier Limited that I wanted to bridge that gap between the top and the bottom, the ground level people. We were doing exactly the same thing in the CIBD. So I think that entirely bridged and created that momentum for me, that I can continue the work which I really left off in Collier Limited, and that was exactly the space where I wanted to be in.
Ishan, from here, your journey started towards something that you are doing even today, right? You joined Aditya Birla Capital next, and then some of the major skills that you acquired maybe are helping you today as well, right? You shifted gears towards digital, and the overall digital spends of different companies, they are on a rapid pace right now, and you are seeing development every day as we speak, right? What did you learn from this experience of yours going forward from that stint?
Each and every of my role, which I have been kind of doing post, getting into the business of Aditya Birla Capital, it was all about scratching and, from creating a new vertical from the scratch, basically, building up the team, doing something which has never been done before. One more insight, which I always, I believe strongly, is that you are the CEO of your own career from day one. Yet you decide what you want to do, and it's always about the choices you make, and it doesn't always happen to you. You choose things, and then those things happen to you.
As a AVP of Digital Marketing, Martech and Analytics, what is your day-to-day life look like? Do you dig your head around numbers the whole day, or do you go around check other people doing how their marketing strategies are working? What exactly it is?
So, Paul, I think for me, my entire mandate is, how can I make the next day better than the yesterday? So we continuously keep building on, whatever we have done in the past. What are the best practices which are, going across the world? Can we do some industry first? So these are 3 dimensions in which we continuously work. I think we work a lot on data. We work a lot on the insights which come out of data. We work a lot in terms of what kind of things we want to do in the future. So I think every day, a part of my time definitely goes into what's next, right? And what's there down the line after 18 months, 1 year.
Ishan, you've been part of ABG for almost 5 years now. What is your parting advice to all the students or all the aspirants who are watching this?
My advice to people is, just keep exploring where you are good at. There's no right answer. You can, and obviously there is no career trajectory which is straight. You do circles, and so just keep exploring, sit on different chairs, the way it was said in that movie. So just try sitting on different chairs, understand what gives you a kick.
Absolutely. And it's very important to sit on different chairs to feel which chair is the most comfortable for you and which chair gives you the most satisfaction. Thank you, Ishan, for sharing those insights with us. For those of you who are watching this episode, you can meet Ishan again. You can ask any question that you have, and Ishan might take those questions up as part of the Conversations Cafe online. Thank you once again, Ishan, for your time, and I hope you reach all the goals that you have set for yourself.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Thank you.